everyone, my name is Joe Gruender. You probably know me better as SectorSurfer Joe. Greetings from the Philippines. Today is Tuesday, March the 5th, here in Cavite City, which is about a 45-50 minute drive south of Manila. We are located in Cavite City, which is in the head of the snake, as they say. Yesterday we went and bought some plants in Tagaytay. I'm going to show you in a minute. What I want you to experience is what it's like to take a ride through traffic in the Philippines. So, let's begin. As you can see, here's the diesel van that we're going to be using driving to a neighboring town about 10 or 15 minutes away. These are two of the several plants that we purchased yesterday, and they ran about $3 or so a piece. As you can see, they're several years old, especially the one over here on the right. Just look at the size of that trunk. As you can see, plants are very reasonable here in the Philippines. So now let's take a ride and see what it's all about. We're now leaving the Bautista compound, which is the family home here in Cavite City. The street here is T. Gomez. You're going to see a variety of different types of transportation.
There's no luz.
Oh, now here's a funeral. They walk to the cemetery. As you can see, there are hundreds of Filipinos slowly walking behind the hearse as they approach the cemetery here in Cavite.
Oh, that's a nice house.
Dalawa yun pinagtugtong kaya lumaki.
Sinong kaskwela yan?
Maliit si Patrick.
Now then we have the cars.
Yung nanay niyan dyan. Pero maliit yung bahay nila. Yung sa
You can see bicycles is a major mode of transportation here. Also motorcycles, motor scooters, mopeds, tricycles, bicycles, jeeps, and jeepneys. I'm going to pause it for a second. Okay, now we're approaching one of the major intersections as we get on the main road. There's only one road coming in and out of Cavite City. What's unusual, as you'll see, is basically there's no stoplights. There's very few stop signs, so whoever has the most guts goes. There's traffic coming from both directions on the right. Now we're trying to squeeze into traffic, and we're hoping someone will let us in. We're now in the middle of the intersection, and okay, we just squeezed in. And one of my favorite places here in Cavite City, you can see the golden arches up ahead. Nothing like a great #1 meal. Yes, McDonald's, we call it. They call it Mc here in Cavite. Right now you see a lot of cars. We're going to see a little later some jeepneys and some of these jeeps as we approach McDonald's. Even have Tide here if you need Tide. So here's another intersection coming up, and once again, there's no stop signs, there's no stop lights, just whoever has the most guts. I'll move the camera over. Now there's a guy I see squeezing in over there. And the same thing that's also very different is pedestrian walkways. They really don't mean anything.
They're like that one.
Right, just like that. People cross wherever they want to cross. Cars and jeepneys, they don't stop when people are in the crosswalk. This lady knows up there in that jeepney that I'm taking a picture. You want a better look? Oh, she's not looking this way now. So I'll back it off. Back it off. There we go. So this is one of the one-way streets. I think there's basically only 2 one-way streets in town. A lot of people standing around. This is about 3:30 in the afternoon. Oh, there's that lady. There we are. Okay, now we're squeezing through here. And we'll be coming up very quickly to the entrance of Cavite City. In this case, we're leaving Cavite City, so we'll pass through going out of town. Looks like we have clear road ahead. What more could you ask for on a Tuesday afternoon?
Except for the pedestrians.
Except for the pedestrians, that's right. That's my wife in the background. Her name is Luz. She's the light of my life. We have Kuya Jerry in the back, who's my brother. We have Bobby, who's our expert driver today. We're in very safe hands as long as Bobby's driving. And he likes to use his horn. It's very popular here in the Philippines.
Yeah, that's one thing.
That's attention, alert, be careful. Okay, now we have a few merging. This truck's trying to get on. People don't want to let him in, but oh, he's backing up. So we're safe. We'll probably see a little more action as we get out of town here. So I'm going to pause it once again. Coming up to the entrance to the city, but like I mentioned, we're leaving the city now. We're heading down to another town where we're going to get some, I think some vases for the flower pots. That's why, flower pots for the 2 plants I showed you a few minutes ago. So now we're leaving the city of Cavite. You see on the right is the Bay of Manila, and it's a nice boulevard that leads into Cavite, as you can see. Pretty quiet right now. It's about 4 o'clock in the afternoon. Traffic will pick up a little later. One of the things they do here is they burn a lot of old weeds and stuff like that. So as you can see here on the side, there's a lot of smoke all the time. I guess they don't have, or they don't follow restrictions as far as burning things.
Yeah, environmental.
And yeah, it's pretty rancid to smell. No telling what's being burnt. I guess a variety of garbage and stuff like that. This is by one of the Cavite colleges, a community college it looks like, Students Board.
Actually, it's a state college.
Oh, Cavite State University over here on the right. There's an old jeepney that saw better days. So I'm going to pause it again until we get a little closer to the next town. On the left over here are what they refer to as salt beds, where they allow water to come in and set and dry, and they end up with salt. They scrape the salt off. There's more over here on the right. Don't know if you can see. That's okay. So more salt beds. Straight across over there is the ocean, or the Bay of Manila. So we'll pan around again to the front, and we'll pause it until we get to Valletta, which is the next town. Okay, now we're in a small town of Noveleta, which is just about a 10-minute drive from Cavite City. And once again, we're jammed up, but we're going to try to pass. It's constant battle of passing, stopping, passing. Now he speeds up, but we have to get over before this jeepney gets us. that's a jeepney right there. Jeepneys have anywhere from maybe 10, 12, 14, 18 people. They run about $30,000, $35,000 new.
That's a pedicab.
In front of us is a pedicab. That means you pedal. Here's another pedicab. They also have tricycles which have a motorcycle hooked onto them, and it's a lot easier for the driver with the motorcycle than it is to pedal. As you can see, we have bicycles on the right, we have a jeepney coming, or a bus or whatever, so we always have to watch the traffic, and it gets worse as we get closer to downtown. So we're now in an intersection of Noveleta, my wife is telling me. And see, they don't have signs, they don't have the stop signs, they don't have stop lights. You just sort of go through the intersection and see what happens.
Same thing with the pedestrians.
Yeah, same thing with pedestrians. They just sort of walk across the street and see what happens. There's a big church on the right. I don't know if you can see it. I guess we've arrived at our destination with a lot of pots and everything. Usually I stay in the car until the transaction is completed, because once they see me, a white guy, knowing I'm probably an American, then prices go up. So I'm going to be sitting here for a few minutes, and my wife Luz and my brother Jerry are going to go negotiate the price here in Noveleta. So there's my wife Luz, my brother Jerry. They're looking for all the bargains. As you can see, they got some bonsai plants here also, very popular here in the Philippines. Maybe you guys would like some other scenery here. What do we have? Well, I better turn this off before I get in trouble. Here's one of the larger churches here in Noveleta. And also what I find interesting is how they put so many lines on one pole. Look at all that. This is, I guess, very similar to India, where you have a lot of lines all on one pole. Looks like the thing's ready to fall over. So many lines there. Well, interesting, all I can say. We just wave them down. And it cost, I think they said about 7 pesos, so about 15 cents to ride on a jeepney. Well, it looks like we were successful, if you want to call it that. Got a few of these pots. I think we have one more coming. Bobby's loading it up. He's one of the drivers for the family. There's 3 of them. They run about $10 a piece. Here's the third one. I guess it's somewhat comparable to what we. Well, I think in the States they cost a little more. Yeah, I don't know if that's smart to stack it up there, buddy. Well, anyway, you get the idea. Unfortunately, it looks like I'm running out of juice on the camera, so we'll have to probably stop it now. Here's an exciting adventure for SectorSurfer Joe in the Philippines. Hope you enjoyed this video. Maybe we'll have more. You take care. Bye for now.